When you are asked to multiply decimals, there are 3 key stages which will help you get the correct answer. Stage 1 is to estimate what you think your answer is going to be. Stage 2 is to do an integer multiplication. Now a quick pause. An integer here, integer is a whole number. 7, 2, 3, -5, anything like that. An integer multiplication is a whole number. So looking at whole number multiplication, and stage 3 is to adjust your answer as necessary. We're going to look at these 3 stages with a couple of examples so we get our heads around it. So example A, 3.4 multiplied by 7. My stage 1, I'm going to estimate what my answer is. I'm going to look at this, I'm going to estimate this answer. So 3.4 I would estimate to 3. 7 I would keep as 7 because I'm looking at one significant figure, one figure. And 3 multiplied by 7 is 21, so I'm expecting my answer to be around 21. Okay, so I've estimated my answer, stage 1 complete. Stage 2, integer multiplication. So if I look at 3.4 multiplied by 7, if I ignored any decimals, already if I multiplied 3.4 by 10, this would become 34 multiplied by 7, because I have here multiplied 3.4 by 10, multiplied by 10. Now I can do this calculator, 34 multiplied by 7, in my usual method, whether that's the grid method, 34 multiplied by 7, or whether that's the column method, 34 multiplied by 7. Doesn't really matter which method I use. If you've done the drill correctly, you already know that that should be 288, which I'd get here by 238, and that would be 238. So 34 multiplied by 7 is 238. Let's write that out. 34 multiplied by 7 is 238 here. But I want 3.4 multiplied by 7. I multiplied by 10 here. So to get my answer back again to here, I have to do the inverse of multiplying by 10, which is dividing by 10. And I can do that by moving all my digits in the columns one position, and I should get 23.8. And I can check if that's correct, and that's my stage 3 adjusting my answer. I can check if that's correct because it is around 21. 23.8 is around 21, so now I've put my decimal place in the right place. If I'd accidentally put it as 2.38, I'd know that's not correct because 21 is not around 2.38. So it should be 23.8. Right, let's look at a couple more examples. Okay, let's have a go at these ones then. Now from the drill, we should already know some of the information which is going to help us with these. So for B, stage 1, I'm going to estimate, so that would be 2 multiplied by 8, which is 16, so I'm going to expect the answer to be around 16. I'm now going to do the integer multiplication, which would be 234 multiplied by 8. In this case, I've moved 2 places, so I've times by 100. And that, from my drill, gives me 1,872. And my final stage is to adjust my answer, go back up here. I multiplied by 100, so I'm going to divide by 100 and get 18.72, which I can check is close to 16. So I know I'm right. The really good thing about estimating is it just helps check that you've got the right answer. Please don't skip the estimating stage. It's so quick and it is well worth it. All right, let's try C. So stage 1, I'm going to estimate. Now 8.7 is actually closer to 9, to the nearest whole number here, well, to the nearest one significant figure, and 4.5 is closer to 5, so my answer is going to be around 45. Then my estimate, integer multiplication would be 87 multiplied by 45, which again you have done in the drill and gives you 3,915. And that's not my final answer though, because that is nowhere near 45. I multiplied this by 10, and I multiplied this by 10, so multiply by 10 twice, so I have to divide by 10 twice, which would give me 39.15. And we'll quickly try the last one. Again, stage 1, estimate. This should be 60 estimated. Basically estimating it, you're making it as easy for yourself as possible while still being correct to one number. Now 0.79 is quite close to 1, but it should really be 0.8 because that is one number that isn't 0 and it's the first number that isn't 0. And 60 multiplied by 0.8 is 48. You could also do 60 multiplied by 1 to give you a sort of good idea of that, which is 60. If that's a bit confusing for you, the 60 multiplied by 0.8. Alright, so that's my estimate. I'm going to do my integer multiplication, 621 times 79, which from the drill is 49,059. Okay. Now, of course, the answer to our original question is not 49,000 because I've multiplied by 10 here and I've multiplied by 100 here. So I need to divide by 10 and then by 100, which is 49.059, which is really close to 48 and pretty close actually to 60 as well. Definitely much closer than 490.59 would be, or 4.9059. So I know I've put my decimal place in the right position. Now you have a go at some questions from your sheet.